Hello. For this video lesson we will cover Jack Marshall's arrangement of the Girl from Ipanema by Antonio Carlos Jobim. More specifically, we'll be focusing on the second page and covering left-hand fingerings as well as the quarter note triplet rhythm. We'll play the first chord as written. We'll bar across third position using finger 1 on strings 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll have our third finger on A. Following this we have B flat, finger 4, A, finger 3, G, finger 1, and then we'll shift to fifth position to play A, and then G will play on the second string with 4. We'll then move that 2 frets down to F and set up our chord. And then we're going to move our pinky up 2 more frets and set down a bar so we have that E7 chord. So the way that I teach quarter note triplets is to first start with your basic quarter notes in 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then divide it into 3. So eighth note triplets, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. And then you just need to know where within that to place your notes. So starting on beat 1, we will play when we say 1, and we will also play when we say 1 and a. We won't play on 2, but we'll play on the and of 2 for the next quarter note triplet. 2 and a. So when we put that together, 1 and a, 2 and a. Beats 3 and 4, they work the same as beats 1 and 2. We'll play on 3, 3 and then the and then not on beat 4, but on the and of 4. So it'll sound like this. 3 and a, 4 and a. So all together, one full measure, just playing the open string. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. I've set my metronome at 60 BPM for the quarter note. I'm going to count one full measure of eighth note triplets over that, and then I'm going to play quarter note triplets for several measures while counting the rhythm for eighth note triplets, so you will see where the notes fall. You can join me if you like. One and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Now it's time to put the rhythm to the music. So beginning at page 2, we have a whole note. It's easy. It ties over though onto the first quarter note of the quarter note triplet, so we're not going to play that, but we will play our B flat on the of 1. So I'm going to put it to 60 and let's practice playing the first 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 2 is very similar to line 1. This time a full bar across 6th fret, and we will put finger 3 on the C instead of finger 4 because I want to use the same fingering. I'm going to use 4 for the D flat following that, back to 3 for the C, finger 1 for the B flat. Then I'm going to shift up to 8th position this time, play C, then B flat on 2nd string, and I'm going to shift into my chord. 2 and then the same fingering as before. Line 3 is very similar to lines 1 and 2, but there are some changes because the chord's different and we have an active bass line in the first measure. I'm going to play through it and just talk you through it. Here we go. So starting with the third line, here's the chord with the rhythm in the bass line. We have 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then for the next measure, we're going to have to slide our pinky up to D, so 1 and a. Then we're going to have finger 3 play C sharp, finger 1 will play B, finger 1 will shift up to C sharp, and finger 4 will play B on the 2nd string. From there, we'll shift down 2 frets to get our chord, and then 2 frets back up in bar to get the 7th chord. the final measure. We'll keep that same chord shape, but we can lift up, I would, when we get to beat 3 on the B natural, 12th fret, 2nd string. 1 and 2 and 3, and then stay in 9th position, 4 and... So the last measure of line 3 sets us up nicely to get into the first measure of line 4. We'll use our finger 4 to play the high E, and then we'll have a bar in 9th position, keeping all the notes following this in 9th position. After playing the B, we'll shift 1 fret down, do a bar across strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3. On beat 4, our pinky will squeeze in, finger 4, on C sharp and move up 1 fret to D. And then we will bar across 7th position. We have E, F natural, G sharp, A, and then we're going to stretch and do that same chord before, this time on the 6th fret. And then on beat 2, we have our bass note. And that covers it for this lesson. I'll cover the outro later as well as the intro. I just wanted to cover the more tricky part of the song, which I felt was the quarter note triplet rhythm, getting that correct. So I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you next lesson.